Hey collective, happy Matariki to our brothers and sisters over in New Zealand. Um, I hope you guys are having such a beautiful celebration. The energy is magnetic. It is strong today. I'm loving it. It feels very freeing, really is the word that I want to use. It feels freeing. It feels like alignment coming into place. It's beautiful. Um, let's have a look what Spirit has to say for us. What is happening in the lives of our collective this week? What is the overall energies of this reading, please? We have 4 cups in reverse. Can I get more on this? Actually, I'm going to just go straight in. I'm going to pull all of our cards. I'm going to start doing it a little bit different so that I can get my clips cut a bit better for when I post my shorts to TikTok and Instagram without having to do so much editing. So let's go to the challenge, please. Oh, okay. Our challenge is 3 cups. What is our medicine? Ace of Pentacles. I like that medicine. I'll take that pill. What is the outcome? We got 4 of Wands. Swords, sorry. Why did I say Wands? Now I'm going to go in and clarify, and then I'll read. What is the 4 of Cups, please, Spirit? Ace of Cups and Justice. So this happened in the collective, the short collective reading I did Thursday night. We got 2 aces. I'm pretty sure they may have been the same aces. So Spirit are really wanting to gift us a lot of things right now. It's pretty cool. Sorry, let me tap into this energy. So what I can see here is you may have turned something away that you weren't in alignment with. You knew you weren't in alignment with it, and even though it may not have felt very fair, this is opening up the heart space. This is allowing you to be proud of not settling for anything less than what you deserve. This is feeling, how do I put this? It's like you may have touched something that was hot, like got your fingers burnt kind of feeling. I'm feeling here with this Ace of Cups feeling, with the Justice in reverse and then the 4 of Cups together. This feels like, when I'm looking at this Ace of Cups, it feels like you may have touched something that was a bit hot, got your fingers burnt just a little bit, but it was you only just touched it enough to feel the warmth of that and back the fuck off. You didn't allow it to mess with you too much, but there is an unjust feeling here, and that's okay. This kind of energy is it's here to make you a better person. It's here to teach you the lessons that you are yet to learn, and so that you can make sure that you grow from this situation. You expand on your knowledge around this. We can't just be scared to experience the things we're a little unsure about. We've got to start experiencing them so then we can gain the knowledge, and we can move through the hard lessons so we can get to the good ones. You know, that's what I'm feeling here. In our challenge we have the 3 of Cups. What's the 3 of Cups, please, Spirit? We have Temperance in reverse. What else we got? If you're noticing today, I have my High Priestess merch from Miss Jess Poss, one of my favoriteest teachers that I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. She is the best. If you are interested in some High Priestess merch, I will drop the link below in my YouTube description. She also has a beautiful school kind of thing going on Patreon. She's an amazing tarot reader on YouTube. If you've got Pisces in your chart somewhere important, highly recommend her. But yeah, if you dig in the tea, you can have one. I've got more stuff coming. I can't wait for it to come. Sorry, I got side quested. We have 3 of Cups with Temperance in reverse. What else we got? We got Wands in reverse, 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and the World in reverse. This looks like a group of people celebrating getting through a hard time. That's what this feels like. It's like knowing that we've got to have the hard times to come through with the good. It's balance. It's how things are done. Like I find it really funny how we have Temperance here with, you know, we've got the moon and the sun balancing out, and then look, we've got the 2 of Pentacles here balancing out here, but they're both in reverse. So it feels like you may have felt like you fucked up, you got things out of balance for yourself, maybe you went back on a decision that you had made. The World card here in reverse, you may have had things hit the fan. You know, World felt a little bit tips upside down, but then there's this like cheers to the freaking weekend is what I'm hearing. I'll drink to that, yay. That's what I'm hearing. So it feels like a little bit of like someone has had a hard week and they're just like, okay, and so it is, you know, and having a giggle, lesson learnt, taking the information that's been given to them through this experience, and maybe having a little bit of a giggle at themselves about it is the challenge. Shifting that energy from beating up on yourself into having a laugh at your human self. Ace of Pentacles, please. What is the medicine? The medicine feels like it is knowing that this was a gift. It's receiving this for what it is, and that is still an upgrade. There could still be extra gifts coming your way. Like I said, there's a lot of these gifts showing up in the readings I'm doing right now, and they feel like of higher importance. It's hard for me to explain. It feels like Spirit's keeping it from me too. Like even though I know a lot of things that are to come for when it comes to myself, I like to be surprised, and Spirit know that. So sometimes they hold back on telling me what the gift actually is, and then I get to find out just like everybody else in the best way, with the element of surprise in there, and I love that. But yeah, it feels like this gift could be different for all of us, but it really feels like something that is in that heart space, that's also can translate to the 3D world. And this could have been something that people in your family line have worked on for a long time, trying to achieve this kind of happiness, stability, success, I'm hearing. So this feels like something that could be really making you successful in the 3D world, which is really cool. So it looks like the medicine is to follow that. What is making you feel successful? What is making you feel like you have your happiness and joy all in one? And I know I say this a lot, but we're meant to be following that beautiful spark that's igniting us towards each thing. Our passions for what comes up in our life are leading us to our purpose. If you're watching someone do something, whatever type of job it is, or hobby or talent, and you're getting some sort of feeling in your gut where you're just like, I love this so much, I could watch people do this all day. It's because you're meant to do something around that. But you may not have the belief in yourself that you can actually do that and achieve that. I used to feel that when I watched people do readings. And now I get to do them because I believed in myself. I knew that there was a reason since when I was very young that I watched people do these sorts of things, and something strange just pulled me in constantly. It wasn't just a little pull either. It wasn't just a little like, oh, I like magic. No, I knew that I was meant to be doing this. But it took me a very long time to fight that imposter syndrome and confidence and just all of those fun little gems to get to where I am now. And there's so many more things still that I know that I'm meant to be drawn towards because of that feeling was right for me. So what is it that's drawing you in? What could you be doing to make sure that that's something that is being embraced in your life, and it's like you're going towards that in the future? You don't have to be the very, very best at anything. You just got to be doing it because it brings you joy. Once I let go of trying to be the very best at this, I got good at it. Once I let go of that, perfectionist in me that wanted to do the absolute magical best for absolutely everyone I worked with, I started doing a lot better readings. So it's also just allowing that authentic flow to come out of you. Can I get one more? So we know that we're changing up the way that we look at work. They're showing me right now how I don't want to sit there and chop and cut up my readings to get people to notice them on Instagram and TikTok. I just want to get what I want to get out at the start, and if that draws people to my readings, so be it. I did have this feeling where I was like, oh, they're going to miss out on a lot of my readings. They get so much more in depth towards the end than they do at the start, and I was like, people are missing that. But I need to trust that that's how it's meant to be, and I don't want to force the flow of things. So if you're just following me on YouTube and you don't see me on the other ones, I put little shorts into the other social media accounts that I have of these readings. And sometimes it takes me a long time. And it feels like this is kind of like Spirit are using that right now to show me that so many of the things that we do in our work, it's actually taking from the joy in it. We need to just allow it to flow nicely, and whoever's meant to show up is going to show up, and we need to trust that. It's that, once again, I'm going to talk about the beautiful creator on here. I understood when she says that everything that you are craving to make, every inspiration that you have, somebody out there is craving to see it. Someone is out there is craving to feel it. You guys are literally working together in the creative ethers to need each other. So always knowing that if you are drawn to create something, that someone out there wants to see it. Someone out there wants to buy it. Someone out there wants to hear it. So just trust that that audience will eventually find you. So I think that's all. Do I Yep, thank you. We're ready. They don't let me pull another card till I get out everything that's on my mind, and it's been really funny lately. They're very strict. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels like Spirit could have been dropping you some hints for this for some time. Maybe they're, you know, maybe you work really hard at something and you're pushing yourself, and then when you get it out there, it has not much of a reaction. But then when you just do things and they flow out and it's just quick and you get them out and you're like, I don't think that's very good. And then all of a sudden you get a great reaction from that and you're like, what? When I try really hard, people aren't liking it as much as when I try a lot less. So it's like, it feels like they've been showing so many different little hints and signs for you to know how this should be done isn't the way that society may have taught you. It's not the hardest that you work that it's about how it flows from you. You know, in Australia especially, we have like this very toxic work idea of what hard work is, and how you have to basically exhaust yourself to be of importance. And you know, it's like that. It's a bit ridiculous, really. You see men that are absolutely burning themselves out, so in order to reward themselves for their hard work, they drink ridiculous amounts of alcohol, which then fucks up their families. You see women doing the same, and then they get so overwhelmed with how much responsibility they have in life that they just turn into cranky people. It's like there's so much like toxic stuff that's going on here, and I've had a lot of readings lately coming up for people, especially women, that are struggling being the only person in the family dynamic who has all the responsibility on them. And it's been sad, but I know how that feels. I know what it's like to have a partner who sees you struggling, and instead of helping you with the housework, when someone's about to come over, goes and cleans the garage. I know what it's like to have somebody who is weaponizing incompetence around you, because unfortunately it's their job to teach you to choose yourself. It's their job to show you that you matter by treating you like you don't. It's their job to help you find a voice for yourself and stick up for yourself by making you feel like you're not allowed to have one. And it sucks. It truly, truly does. But it's true. This is why we find these types of relationships. They're here to help us crack and break and grow. Relationships aren't what we think they are. We choose these people in our contracts to help us push us towards our highest timeline, our highest path. In order to do that, we have to become unstoppable individuals. We don't usually become unstoppable individuals from nice things happening to us, when, you know, maybe you can, but very few. Most of us become unstoppable individuals because we have fought past something that was really, really difficult, multiple things that have been really, really difficult. And this is kind of what this is. This is in workspace and home life. Changing up the way that we look at these things, changing up the way that we show up for ourselves, because the world will treat you how you treat yourself. If you have set a standard for yourself that's this high, and you've got to work your ass off to exhaustion to get everything so damn perfect that you don't ever actually get to enjoy the moments that you're working towards for yourself, then shit's gonna change. And you don't have to choose it. You should choose it. It'll be a lot easier. But the time of timeline that we are going into is not going to allow you to have it any other way. So you either move smoothly into this new way of life, or it's going to hit you hard. So unfortunately, I do see a ridiculous amount of families breaking up over this sort of thing. But I also see them being empowered by them, changing the cycle of really the war on the divine feminine, them not being allowed to have a voice, them having to feel guilty for choosing themselves, them not receiving help when they need it, and being there for everybody else. there is a very toxic way of living that our earth has been going through for a very long time, and women are not your slaves. And I mean this, and I say that to women as well. Your mother is not your slave. It's she's her own person, and you may look at it like, oh, it's her responsibility, she had me. No, she had you so she could guide you onto your highest timeline, and to do that we also need you to take some responsibility for yourself, nurture other people, especially your mother, care for other people, as well as yourself. This is a part of learning and growing as a collective world as we move into these new timelines, is truly taking responsibility for how we make other people feel, how we project ourselves out there to teach other people how to treat us. If you're going to show up and say, I don't really matter, then that's how people will treat you. So you need to find that backbone, you need to find that love for yourself, so that when you show up and you say, I actually don't agree with this, the people who are, meant to be there, they'll show themselves very quickly, and they can fuck off over to people who are probably going to continue to teach them the same thing. I hope that they do, because it's not an ideal life finding somebody who just does whatever the fuck you want them to do because it makes you comfortable. This is about everyone being comfortable. Oh, what a fucking rant, eh? Didn't know this was going there. I know I've been saying that a lot lately too about my readings, but yeah, these shifts that we're going into right now, I don't know if our earth has ever seen such big ones when it comes to the rise of the feminine energy. The feminine energy is here to love, to nurture, to help and assist, but if it has been treated like it is the last that matters for a very long time. And it's changing, and it's going to be beautiful. Everybody benefits from the rise of the divine feminine. It isn't about hating masculinity, it's about hating the patriarchy. It's about equality not being even. It's about paying back to those who have loved and nurtured and cared for you, and allowing them space to do the same for themselves, so everybody can thrive. So when you water a divine feminine, everybody grows. I promise you. If you can make a divine feminine feel seen and heard and safe, your life will become 1,000 times better. What is the Four of Swords? Oh, look, everybody grows. Seven of Pentacles, grow in the tree. Look at that masculine energy. Helping to care. Care for Mother Nature. And this isn't about men not mattering. Men hurt just as much because of the way that the world's set out with this patriarchy that as much as women do. They're not getting to know the power of their own creative energy, their power of, there's an imbalance. You either find a man with extreme femininity or extreme masculinity and not much balance in between. There's everybody has both energies, yes. But it's also, we've spent a very long time of women having to be in their masculine, with men going, why aren't you in your feminine? But they're not making it a safe environment for women to be in their feminine. But we're reaching a time now where it's very different. And yes, there's still bad people out there. But the way that the rise of the feminine energy is happening is that we've made ourselves feel safe in our own masculine energy, so that we can step into our femininity. Doesn't mean that we can't step into our masculine and throw verbal hands when we need to. There's got to be shadow and light. There's got to be protection put in place. But unfortunately, it's women protecting women. And, you know, I don't know how many we're up to now, but the amount of lives, female lives we have lost in Australia just this year is appalling. The amount of women that are killed and harmed each and every day from masculine energy has to stop. And how that happens is men stop feeling defensive over this. If you're not a man that hurts other women, then you need to be one that advocates against those who do. You shouldn't be threatened by anything I'm saying. If you are not someone that hurts women, then grow to be one that advocates against those who are hurting us. There is a way for us to fix the damage. There truly is. Alright, collective, let's go into... I think I'll pull one of these to close out. Oh. What is your closing message, please? Growing pains. It's a process. Spirit is saying, like, it may hurt looking at the things that need to change in and around your home, your job, the world, but they're growing pains. Things are growing in a better direction, and you can either be a part of it, part of the good, and swim with it, or you can swim against it. It's still going to eventually shift into a better world. I have all my faith is in that. When it comes to the bad things that are happening, there will be good. This is all about supporting that divine feminine energy in the process of moving from a world that harms feminine energy into a world that loves and supports it. I want you to drop in the comments, I love and support the divine feminine. Thank you so much, Spirit, and our collective. Bye.